Areta Bodies here. As many of you probably already know, I am doing a bone broth fast. I am now on day 5 of my bone broth fast, and I feel amazing. So, originally, what I wanted to do was a water fast, but I recently ruptured my Achilles tendon. Therefore, I've decided to do a collagen bone broth fast instead to help facilitate in the healing process of my tendon. There are numerous benefits to bone broth fasting. Lots of scientific studies and researchers, the Weston A. Price Foundation in particular, are huge proponents of drinking bone broths as well as doing bone broth fasting. Bone broth fasting has been traced, or not fasting necessarily, but bone broth has been traced all the way back to 20,000 BC, I think, which is just mind blowing if you ask me, that humans have been drinking it for that long, which means there are some pretty powerful benefits to consuming it. And I think that probably in modern day Western culture, we probably drink bone broth, consume it less than any other generations before us, or pretty much any other cultures. I'm pretty sure in Korea it's still a staple part of their daily meals. That being said, let's go over some of the nutritional benefits of bone broth, and then I will wrap up with some of the reasons why I've chosen to do the bone broth fast instead of water fast, and why I'm doing a bone broth fast at all. For one, it's chocked full of minerals, calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, silica, sulfates, just to name a few. There's many, many more, I'm sure. Now, you need to take note, though, that this is found in the bone marrow. So it is important, if you're making the bone broth yourself, to make sure you cook it down all the way to where the bone actually disintegrates, because that really opens up to a whole host of nutrients that you wouldn't get otherwise. Bone broth is also full of important proteins such as collagen. Our body is comprised of 25 to 30% collagen, so it's a pretty significant building material within our body. Our bones, our ligaments, our tendons, even the white of our eyes, our skin has collagen in it. So it's very important to make sure we get enough. And as we age and through poor diet, our collagen production decreases, and then the collagen we have starts losing its integrity. That's one reason why older people often have joint issues, start developing arthritis and such. So there are actually 3 different types of collagen. Type 1 is found in our bones, our ligaments, our tendons, and our skin, and actually the white of your eye. Collagen, or type 2, is found in our cartilage, and then type 3 is found in our bone marrow and lymphs. So with that understanding, you can see why it is important to get collagen in our diets, especially as we age. Another important component of collagen is an amino acid called glycerin, and glycerin helps with our basic metabolic processes. It's important in digestive health because it helps to decrease cytokines, which in turn decreases inflammation within the gut. It helps to rebuild the mucosa of the gut lining also. And then glycerin can also help to detox the liver, which can be very important in this day and time that we live in, where we're surrounded with toxins on a daily basis. Glycerin is also important in the production of hemoglobin and myoglobin, which help in the transportation of oxygen throughout the body. Another component of glycerin is its ability to help increase creatine production, or levels, should I say, within the body, and in turn, creatine helps to increase HGH, and HGH is very important in helping with muscle repairs and numerous other things, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to not getting too long. I'm just going to keep it simple. It helps with basic muscle repair, and that's why the younger you are, the faster you heal from injuries because your HGH levels are much higher. So in my research over bone broth and the benefits of it, I found this one study that was really interesting. It was done over patients who had arthritis. There was 200 participants, and it showed significant reduction in joint pain and stiffness when they consumed bone broth over a 6-month period. So that's pretty exciting. Arthritis is, my granddad had arthritis or has arthritis, and it's quite debilitating. So I feel for anyone out there who does have arthritis, and I highly recommend you consuming bone broth or collagen to help with the pain and perhaps the stiffness of it. Another important component of bone broth is its ability to help increase glutathione levels within our body. And glutathione, it has so many health benefits, so many anti-aging health benefits, should I say. It's very important to help to negate some of the effects of oxidative stress. It can help buffer the shortening of our telomeres. And so the best way to get glutathione, you can't really take supplement form because your body, it pretty much gets destroyed within the digestive system. But when you take it through bone broth or whey proteins, another good source to get glutathione in your diet, it converts the aminos within the bone broth into glutathione, which helps to raise your glutathione levels. Another great component of bone broth is the fact that it contains chondroitin and glucosamine, which are two supplements that people often take for joint pain. Runners, it's very commonly taken among runners to help with knee pains. So that can also be found in bone broth, which will save you money because you're getting all those other benefits of bone broth, plus you don't have to buy your joint health supplement because you're getting it in your bone broth. And then you have the beneficial amino acid hyaluronic acid, which is important in the synthesis of synovial fluid within the joints, and you guys can only imagine how important that is. It's the lubrication within the joints that helps everything slide smoothly. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I believe that the popping that you hear when you like pop your knuckles is the air pockets within the synovial fluid busting, maybe? That sounds bad. I think that's what it is. And then you also have another noteworthy amino acid called proline. And proline is actually needed in the production of collagen. There have been numerous studies done on proline. I'm honestly surprised it's not more known. It's needed, well, as we age, proline decreases in our body, and then when you have an injury, the need for proline increases. So it's pretty crucial to make sure you're getting it in your diet one way or another when you have an injury. It's especially important for like wound injuries, open wound healing, because it's really, the studies have shown that the skin is the part that's most affected by the proline. So to bring it all together, bone broth should be a staple part of everyone's diet. It provides all the raw material needed for healing, repairing our bones. I believe it's every 3 or 7 years. I think 7 years. Our entire skeletal system is rebuilt. So imagine if you have a poor diet, or you're not getting the building blocks necessary to rebuild your body, your skin, your skeletal system, everything. It's going to be compromised, and you're going to end up with osteoporosis, um, just to name one disease that is caused from having a lack of nutrients, and there's other things that play into it. So, but I would recommend anyone and everyone consuming bone broth at least once a week. You don't necessarily have to go all out like me and do the bone broth fast. The reason I've chosen to do the bone broth fast, aside from all the healing properties it contains, is the fact that, well, for one, I don't want to be consuming any inflammation foods that could cause negative effects, slow down the healing process. And then two, fasting, being in a fasted state when your ketones are up high and such, your body actually starts producing more stem cells, which in turn will help facilitate the repair of my Achilles rupture. So I really hope that there are some good takeaway points on bone broth for you guys, and I try to keep it short and to the point, and there's many more benefits that are not stated in this video, but I just want to give a quick overview as to why I am choosing to do the bone broth fast during this period in time.